UFC 320 was a masterpiece, lads. I'm recording this a couple days after, on Tuesday. I had some stuff going on, so I couldn't make a recap immediately after. But I thought I should weigh in on what is one of my, just favorite cards of all time now to rewatch in terms of who won, the outcomes. I mean, this was amazing. I'm not going to talk about the main event straight away. We need to start down the card with Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker now. Pretty good, I mean, for what I thought was going to be a WMA stinker, it was pretty good. Veronica Hardy outstruck her. She dropped her in moments. She just clearly won the fight. It was a pretty good performance. I wanted Veronica Hardy to win, so I'm glad she did. So good job, Veronica Hardy. I rate her for that. Ramis Brahimaj versus Austin Vanderford. Now I picked Austin Vanderford to win, but Ramis Brahimaj did very well. He won. He rocked Vanderford on the feet, landed a head kick, I'm pretty sure, and he was eventually able to latch up the guillotine in the second round. It was impressive from Ramis Brahimaj, and I think he's a pretty good, maybe he's a little bit of a prospect now. Maybe he's on a bit of a comeback. It was entertaining. It was a good finish. I don't really care for Austin Vanderford. People only talk about him because he does like OnlyFans or whatever with Paige Van Zandt. Yeah. This one I got my pick right. Fareed Basharat has a kind of lackluster decision against Chris Gutierrez. Both these guys go to lackluster decisions. They're kind of both incapable of hurting anyone else. Decent performance, I got it right. This one I got wrong. So Yana Santos, I guess maybe she might get the next title shot after Nunes. A lot of this was just clinch striking in this fight. It was very close, although I did think that Yana Santos definitely did enough to win here in the first two rounds. Macy Chiasson kind of fought like a dumbass. I mean, she just clinched up, and then every time Yana Santos was beating her in the clinch, and then she'd clinch again. That's just kind of how it went. This one, okay, so Punahele Soriano versus Nikolai Veretennikov. I picked Punahele, I got it right. I thought Punahele was going to KO him in like the first round, but he was able to just take him down, land a lot more strikes. There was an argument for a 10-8 in honestly in some of these rounds because he just controlled Veretennikov easily. So pretty good performance, showing the well-rounded facets of his game. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Muniz. A round 1 KO at the end of round 1 for Edmund Shabazian. Andre Muniz just couldn't get the grappling off. As you can see, he got a takedown, but Edmund kind of just got up, shook him off. Andre had some success on the feet. Landed a couple shots, then he got a bit confident, ran into a left hook, I believe it was, from Edmund. And Edmund put him down and KO'd him at the end of the first round. Good performance, I picked him to win. Now, this was like, this was kind of a low. I mean, I didn't really like Patchy Mix, but I wanted him to win just because I picked him. And I thought he honestly probably did win. I don't know, it was tough. If I look at the stats here for round 2, although Wicklax did land more strikes, I thought Patchy Mix's significant strikes were better. He was landing some pretty good hooks in this round, and then he won the third round clearly. However, it was competitive. I guess I can see why you would give it to Wicklax, but man, this just makes Kyoji Horiguchi look worse, and I think I'm probably going to pick Tagueri Lembekov to beat him now. Because Kyoji got very clearly out-grappled by Patchy and lost that fight. But yeah, this was a high, man. This was a high. After the Patchy Mix fight, I was like, oh, I got my pick wrong. But this one, I was like, I mean, we are so back. We are so back, right? I picked Daniel Santos. I know he was a favourite, but a lot of people were not picking him to win. A lot of people, and he missed weight, which was kind of disappointing, but whatever. A lot of people were going with Ju Sang Yu, who was a big prospect, the Korean McGregor. But as I said, he's never beat anyone good. And I actually thought Ju Sang Yu won the first round. He was emoting and all that shit. But Daniel Santos was still landing, and he was still stepping through. Every time Ju Sang Yu leans back with his hands down and tries to look for the left hook from really down low, Daniel Santos would follow him through and land some shots, and it paid off because at the start of the second round, he just charged in, hit him with a big left hook against the fence, and put him out cold. He was out cold. I mean, he was definitely not there. It was a very good KO win for Daniel Santos. I picked him to win. I thought he would win a sub, Jusangyu's grappling defense looked good, but he needs to work on the striking defense, honestly. You can't rely on the same left hook counter all the time. Okay, this was hilarious, man. This was the fucking comic relief. If this card was absolute cinema, this was the comic relief, man. Treston Vines, he just ran. I'm not even joking. The guy, he's on the outside, right? As you can see, zero strikes. It was hilarious, man. So he was on the outside, moving like so frantically, running away from Gautier. Gautier looked composed, but I could tell like he was thinking like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You know. Eventually, Gautier closes the distance. Treston Vines actually sprints off in the other direction. Then he shoots in for the shittest takedown of all time. Gets kneed in the face and dropped. Gets up. They clinch. Gautier. He gets up, shoots another takedown. Gautier elbows him in the side of the head. They stand up properly into the clinch. Gautier just pushes him down and hits him with a couple shots on the ground, and he's out. This guy's a welterweight on short notice, and I do feel bad for him. I do. I mean, there was like no way he was gonna win that fight. So good performance for Gautier. Give him someone good though. Give him I think maybe Edmund Shabazian could be next, or Mikel Pereira, or maybe Kyle Dorcas, right? The guy who knocked out Mikel Pereira. I think that would make sense instead of just giving this guy bums. Anyways. Abu Smagomedov versus Joey P. Officer Joe. Another pick I got right. I did good on picks, and now I think about it, what did I get wrong? I just want to go through this. Main event. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wrong out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 4 out of 14. That's pretty good, I think. 10 out of 14 is what I got right. But yeah, Joe Pyfer lost the first round, I will say that. But he slows down, man. I think Joe Pyfer knew that. And in the second round, he just caught him with a big shot, rocked him, followed up, dropped him again. He has very good power, does Joe Pyfer. And then eventually, I think he got an arm triangle, but he didn't get it in. And then eventually got to the back and got the submission. Good performance from Joe Pyfer, showing the well-roundedness against a pretty well-rounded guy like Abus. The only issue is he does gas out. Who should Joe Pyfer fight next, man? Maybe Marvin Vettori. I could see it. I think that might make sense. Shara Magomedov could be one. There's a lot of options. I thought Joe Pyfer looked good, though. I was glad he won. Another pick I got right here, Yusuf Zalal versus Josh Emmett. Very good performance from Yusuf Zalal. Should he get a title shot? No. But I thought it was impressive. He just took down Josh Emmett. And I think maybe he had like a rear naked for a second. But then eventually he just put himself on his back and got armbar off his back. Submitting Josh Emmett. Having a better performance than Lerone Murphy it did. By the way, this is Lerone Murphy's best win. And you guys are talking about giving him a title shot. Zalal just finished him in a round. And Lerone takes him to like a 48-47 decision. Okay? I just want you lot to think about that. It was a good win for Yusuf Zalal. I was impressed with it. Yeah, I think he's actually promising. He's going to be good. I think he could fight Arnold Allen. He could fight Murphy like he called out. He could even fight Lopez, Yair Rodriguez. There's a lot of matchups of featherweight that are going to be really interesting with so many guys entering the top 10 now. Now we have Jiri Oh my goodness, guys. I love Jiri Prohaska. Another pick I got right. He didn't look good in the first 2 rounds. That's what I will say. If you look here, he was getting outstruck pretty clearly in the first 2 rounds by Khalil. But then, I mean, the greatest comeback of all time happened. Jiri crosses himself. You know, does the... I think it's called the genuflect, right? I do it all the time. Crosses himself before going in for like this final sequence, but in the 3rd round, it's like you can kind of immediately tell, like, oh, Yuri's winning. Like Yuri's about to KO Khalil. This is exactly like round 4 that Khalil had against Alex Pereira. You know, Jiri had some success at the end of round 2 with the jab and a couple body shots, and then I think Khalil really slowed down. The cut opens up, the jab starts landing, and Jiri Prohaska just marauds forwards. He's throwing spinning elbows. He threw like 8 body shots in a row at one point. He's throwing the body kick, the 1-2, 1-2-1, and then eventually goes in with the 1-2-3 against the fence, sleeps Khalil Roundtree out cold. I feel bad for Khalil, but Jiri winning was just so cool. Um, I mean, I was so hyped, man, and I don't know why I just clicked on that on accident. That was sick from Jiri Prohaska, man. Every time he delivers, how there are people who hate on Jiri, these big Ant fans, these fucking inbreds who hate on Jiri Prohaska. It's like, bro, how do you hate on this guy? Jiri Prohaska is fucking awesome, man. He's one of the coolest fighters ever, and and I'm very hyped that he won this fight, even though I feel bad for Khalil. Merab versus Corey Nerdhagen. I had it 48-46 for Merab. The first round, Sandhagen won, and I was like, damn, like he got up from the takedowns, he stuffed some others, and he was able to outstrike Merab on the feet. That was good from Corey. Second round, Merab's just like, well, you're not gonna let me take you down? Okay. Bum rushes Corey. He's way faster. Rocks him on the feet. I thought he was going to TKO Corey Sandhagen in the second round, but Corey survives. Merab is then just taking him down. The guy got, by the way, 20 takedowns is the record for takedowns in a title fight, apparently. And then Merab won the third pretty clearly. The fourth I gave to Sandhagen. He landed some good 1-2s, a good uppercut at 1.2. And then the fifth, I thought Merab won, although it was kind of close. So the best Corey could get here is a draw, but I thought Sandhagen wins. I thought Merab won that pretty clearly, 48-46, and no one beats Merab. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's kind of close. He's gonna do more. He's improving every single fight. He looked so fast in this fight. He's mixing in the takedowns with the strikes. He's more explosive than you. He yapped on the mic after, and then there's clips of him after, like, shadow boxing as well somewhere else. The guy's like, he just got so much energy. I want what Merab is on, and this was great, man. I actually loved this fight, even though there were some moments where he would hold him against the cage and knee him in the thigh. I was still pretty impressed by it. I thought it was really good. Main event, oh my goodness, lads. I mean, Jiri versus Khalil was maybe the high point, but I know this was the high point. Okay, this is the only pick on the main card I got wrong. Thing is, with the main card, for me, it was like a win-win. Because if Alex Pereira wins, Alex Pereira wins. If Magomed Ankalaev wins, okay, I went 5 for 5 on the main card. That's pretty good. But I knew which one I wanted. I wanted Pereira to win. Because at the end of the day, did I bet on this fight? No, I'm not even fucking 18. You know, I'm close to it, but I'm not yet. And I probably wouldn't have bet on it anyway. So at the end of the day, all I have riding on this is, I guess, a bit of my reputation. But like, I have 7 subscribers. Who cares? You know, Alex Pereira. I need to talk about this performance, right? From the gate, he comes out, pressures Ankalaev to the fence, 1-2, right? Ankalaev, I saw the look on Ankalaev's face. He was like, what the fuck? Like, he was like, what is going on? Because if you think about it, in the first fight, Alex Pereira spent so much on the back foot, sorry. You know, trying to kind of intelligently pressure Ankalaev, not really being that smart about it. Well, no, yeah, he wasn't that smart about it. He was kind of hesitant. He definitely looked hesitant. I think now it's a mix of him being in better condition than he was. And last fight, he stuffed all of Ankalaev's takedowns. And now it's like, oh, you know, this guy can't do shit to me, you know? So he just walked down Ankalaev, hit him with the 1-2, starts hitting him with inside leg kicks like Jan Blachowicz did that switch Ankalaev's stance. We know he's not good in orthodox. So he switched stance. Ankalaev, the most he landed was like one left hand maybe, but I'm pretty sure it was off the arms. But John Anik called it anyway. He said good left hand because he does that sometimes when shots don't land. And Ankalaev also landed a couple front kicks, but they were like very panicky, like he almost fell over himself throwing them. And it was just kind of like, it wasn't like an intelligent front kick. It was a get off me, right? And then Alex Pereira feints low because he'd been going to the body with the jab and the right hand. He feints low, comes over the top with a big overhand, rocks Ankalaev's shit. Ankalaev, the little inbred, fucking panic shoots a takedown. Alex Pereira flips him onto his back. They're in half guard. Fucking hammer fist. Elbow to the body. Elbow. Herb's like, are you gonna, you know, he's telling Ankalaev to move, to get active, and he doesn't. Alex is elbowing the fuck out of him, and Alex Pereira wins the bout. If any of you lot saw that picture of Jiri Prohaska in the crowd, that was how we all felt. The the image of Ankalaev, holding the tire that Alex Pereira posted is hilarious. Lads, I have been on a high, and the past few days because of this. You guys don't understand how happy I was. I mean, lads, it was like it was like 6 in the morning when this fight happened or some shit. Maybe I don't remember exactly when, but it was very early. Because it was late for UK fans. I hadn't slept. I was fucking knackered, and I just had this burst of energy. Like, oh my goodness. The light heavyweight division is saved. If Alex Pereira doesn't want to move up to heavyweight, which I would love him to do, if he doesn't want to do that, then we can get him versus Allberg, which is a great fight. If he does, he can move up. We get Allberg versus Jiri for the vacant belt. I mean, lads, this is so cool. And Ankalaev, you can piss off. Maybe you can fight, like I know MMA Guru said, the winner of Jan Blachowicz versus Guskov, which I wouldn't mind, or maybe Jiri if Alex fights Allberg. But lads, I'm just ecstatic about this fight, and the song "We Major" by Kanye West. That is what was going through my head and has been going through my head for the past few days. I mean, Alex Pereira isn't even my favorite light heavyweight; he's my second favorite. You guys know how much I love Min Yang, but I was so happy for this fight, man. All I need now is Brandon Moreno wins at flyweight, the belt. He just needs to school Tyra, which is happening, and then beat Pantoja or Van or someone. Peter Yan beats Merab, because that's probably what's next for Merab. Peter Yan just beats the fuck out of Merab. I need Arnold Allen or Nathaniel Wood to win the belt at featherweight. I need Charles to have the comeback of the century, or Max to win the belt at lightweight. That would be great. Leon Edwards schools Carlos Prates, schools someone else, gets a title shot, beats whoever the champion is, doesn't matter. But JDM as champ is pretty cool. There's a lot of things that need to happen. Fluffy winning the belt. The Min Yang comeback at light heavyweight would be cool, but Alex Pereira for now as champ is amazing. Volta Walker's obviously going to continue the run this weekend against Usman anyway. We know he's winning that. But yeah, I've just been like so happy. This card was absolute cinema. I'm going to be rewatching it quite a few times, and yeah, lads, that's all for today. In a bit, lads.